welcome everybody watching here on the SJCC softball channel. We got a big time NorCal matchup between two teams who are at the top of the Coast Conference and near the conference and at the top of the state rankings, between the San Mateo Bulldogs and San Jose City Jaguars. Jags come in with a 22-1 record, 3-0 in Coast Conference play, 17-1 at home, and they come in winning the last 20 games. And CSM comes in at 21-2, 2-1 in conference play, 7-0 on the road, and they've won 3 straight and 4 of their last 5. And the starting pitcher for the Jags here in game 1, for this game, will be Angie Chavarria. She is making her 17th appearance, her 14th start, and she comes in with a 14-0 record and a 1.23 ERA. All right, so we're about ready to get started here, and it will be Jessica Gutierrez who starts things off.
Inning for the Bulldogs, number 26, Jessica.
And she comes in hitting at 464 and leads the team with 16 RBIs and 19 steals in the first 23 games. So first pitch is on the outside and taken for a strike. So we'll get fielding situations and batting lineups here in just a minute. So this one, the moment we're going to rule that as a ball because no indication was given from the umpire. But the fielding situation for the Jags here today, we got we got Zuno in left, Skipper in center, Vergara in right, and Aleki Ulu at third, Sredanovich at short, Vi at second, and Ma'ai at first. This one is on the ground to Chavarria, and the throw to first will be in time for the first out. And DJ Martinez behind the plate to finish the fielding alignment for the Jags. So with that, that'll bring Emma Kinder up. She's hitting at 349 and leads and is third on the team with 22 hits and second on the team with 13 steals. And his first pitch is taken for a ball. So batting order for CSM here today. We got Gutierrez leading it off, followed by Kinder, Livingston, Cabanas, and CC Kim. Then Hannah Ames, Ava Mendoza, Tasia Warren, and Keithleen Gonzalez. And the flex player is Allie Phillips. So 1-1 is a bunt, and just stayed in. So Kinder will be on with a single. And that'll bring
Next up,
the top pitcher for the Bulldogs, Noemi Livingston. She's hitting at 371 so far this year. So first pitch to Livingston is fouled off. So we have a battle of two great pitchers here for this game. Chavarria is allowing it and hitters is holding hitters to under 200, thinking for a ball, and Livingston is holding hitters under 150 with a 101 ERA. So the battle between these two teams is always great, but this might be one of the better years. is on the ground to second. Throw to first is in time for the second out, and appears that Kinder was able to avoid making contact with the ball. All right, so it'll be 2 outs for Cabanas.
Now batting number 15, Love Cabanas.
So she comes into the game hitting at 361, and there's going to be a lot of 300 plus batting averages across both teams. As they're both state contenders every year for a reason. And this is up 5, ball 2. So the 2-0 from Chavarria is flied up and out of play. So Kinder, the runner on second with 2 outs in the inning. And the 2-1 is in the dirt. So the 3-1 on the way. On the inside, ball 4. So it'll be 2-1 for Kim. All right, so Jags will
Now
have
batting
a
number 23,
quick meeting with each other. So CC Kim hitting at 390 with a couple home runs. So the first pitch on the way. It's on the ground to short, and Davis gets it. Throw to second without being time, and Kinder will come in to score. It was a great stop, but it's not able to make the play. And the Bulldogs will take a 1-0 lead.
Now batting number 44.
So that'll bring Hannah Ames. And she's hitting at 364 and leads the team with 6 home runs. And this one's popped up. Srejanovic will come up, and she will make the catch for the final out. So that'll do it for the Bulldogs here in the first. A run on 1 hit and 2 left on, and it's 1-0. Jags coming up. Bottom of the first here in San Jose. Starting pitcher for the CSM will be Noemi Livingston. She is one of the top pitchers in the state of California. Making her 16th appearance, her 15th start. Comes in with a 13-2 record and a 101 ERA. And it is number 11, one even for another year, who leads it off for the Jags. So Caitlin Srejanovic takes the ball on the first pitch, and she's hitting at 319 on the year and leads the team with 9 steals and is second with 3 home runs. And the 1-0 is in for a called strike. So the fielding situation for the Bulldogs here in this game. Got Warren in left, Phillips in center, Gutierrez in right, Mendoza at short, Mendoza at third, Kinder at short. That's one is fouled off. And Gonzalez at second, Kim at first, and Cabanas behind the plate. And we'll get the Jags batting order here in just a moment. It's on the outside for a ball. So batting order for the Jags. Yes, Srejanovic starting it off, followed by Vi, Chavarria, Ma'ai, then Martinez, Sealing, Skipper, Vergara, and Zuno. This one is in the air to left, and it will drop in for in. And Srejanovic will be in with a leadoff double to get things started here for the Jags.
Next up, the second baseman.
And that'll bring Jaden Vi, who's hitting at 328 on the year with a couple of home runs. And first pitch is swung on and missed, strike one. And this is taken for a ball. Coming up to make the catch is Kinder from short. And it'll be one out for Chavarria.
Next up, the pitcher, Angie Chavarria.
So we mentioned the pitching battle, but this is also a great hitting battle between these two. As Chavarria is hitting at 515 on the year and leads the team with 4 home runs and 24 RBIs. And first pitch on the outside for a ball. And the 1-0 is in for a called strike. So Livingston getting the call. As is in for a called strike. So Srejanovic, the runner on second, with 1 out in the inning. And the 1-2 from Livingston is down for a ball. So the 2. It's on the ground, just short. The throw to second, and they got her. So Srey Danovich will be out on trying to dive back into second.
The first baseman, Ma'ai Ulu.
And with that, Ma'ai Ulu will come up. And had a conversation with her after the last game about her changing her walk-up song. The revolution has officially ended. And the first pitch is down for a ball. And this one's on the outside. Ball 2. So the 2-0 is in for a called strike. And this one swung on and missed, strike 2. That's a great pitch from Livingston. The top 10 in the state for a reason. So the 2-2. On the inside, strike 3 called, and that will end the inning. So no runs on a hit, and 1 left on, 1-0. All right, second inning here in San Jose. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 with Mendoza, Warren, and Gonzalez.
Leading off the
And
second
Ava
inning for
Warren
the Bulldogs,
comes into
number
the game
9, Ava Mendoza.
hitting at Ava Mendoza comes into the game hitting at 313 on the year with 13 RBIs. So the first pitch from Chavarria on the outside and taken for a strike. So, all right. So, been talking about Matt Falcon, and he is the broadcasting legend at San Jose City. This one is taken for a strike. But you guys have probably, if you've had the volume on these last few games, probably heard some funky commentary going on. If you've heard it, then you know the reason why I say it that way. This one's up high for a ball.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve.
But another person that has knowledge of what's going on in the sport. It just happens to be one of our basketball sophomores.
Thanks for the intro, Steve. Been on the past couple games, enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad to be able to call a game with you.
Yeah, eventually. Well, eventually we'll see if we can get Matt back, and If we end up doing a three-person broadcast for the first time ever,
that would be
I might be taking a back seat for that one.
Ooh.
This one is right over Sredanovich, and Mendoza will be on with a leadoff single.
Now
So
batting,
following
number
that,
8,
Tasia Warren will come up, and she's sitting right at 200 with with a double on the year. And her hitting 200 is the outlier for this team.
And there's a
lays
bunt.
out a bunt. Throw to first will be in time, but the sacrifice play will advance Mendoza over to second, and it'll be 1 out.
Now batting, number 14, Caitlin Gonzalez.
For Gonzalez. So Kathleen Gonzalez, so far this season, sitting at 327 and is among the team leaders with 10 steals.
Here's the pitch, up high, ball one.
So if Gonzalez always gets on, Jags are in major trouble.
Again.
Go to first will not be in time, and right when I said it.
You got a pickle here. Pickle. Watch home. Get her. Got her. Oh, home.
Oh, but she dropped it.
Not only do they get a run, but no out on that play.
Yeah, that is just a great play from both Mendoza and Gonzalez. And that will put the Bulldogs up 2 here in the second. And we're back to the top of the order with Jessica Gutierrez, who grounded out her first time up. That's what it is, fouled off.
Would love a double play here if we could get it, but with the speed Gutierrez got, that might be a little tougher.
First, not in time. So Gonzalez able to get back. So the 1-1 is on the ground and foul. Yeah, it was just a second here. Right, the 1-2 is on the outside for a ball. So Gonzalez on first. 1 out in the inning. And 2-2 is in the air. So Martinez coming up and not able to get it. Bounced right in front of the Jags bullpen. And Gutierrez stays alive.
You know, Steve, San Mateo, they haven't hit many balls into the outfield. Most of their hits have been on the ground, and yet they've still been able to get 2 runs so far.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot from a team that has a lot of power. And this is on the ground, and they get through. Alecki not able to get it clean, and they'll have 2 on.
Now batting, number 2.
So that'll bring Kinder back up, and Jags will come out and have a talk, and Coach Rooney will come out and join them. So to that point, all right, the fact that the CSM hasn't really gone deep yet, right? It could just be as simple as it just hasn't happened yet. Because the team that has a lot of power with 17 home runs so far this year, and one player alone, Hannah Ames, Ames among the state leaders with 6 of them.
Yeah, they've really challenged this Jaguar infield, who's been very good, I'd say excellent, in these past 20 games.
I mean, do one better. Been great for 34 years.
Yep.
They don't have a lot of bad games.
No.
All right, so Kinder is back up 1 for 1 after singling, and then later came around to score back in the first. So the first pitch from Chavarria is on the ground, and it'll get through. No, it won't. Trey Danovich with a great play to get the out at second. And it'll be 2 outs for Livingston.
Now batting, number 28, Livingston.
So Noemi Livingston who's been grounded out her last time up.
And that was Sredanovich's second diving play. This time she was able to get it to second in time. Another great play.
So first pitch on the ground, and Vi with a great stop, flip over to first in time to end the inning. So that'll do it for the Bulldogs here in the second. A run on 2 hits and 2 left on, and it's 2-0. Jags coming up. Bottom of the second here in San Jose. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 with Martinez, Sealing, and the skipper.
Second inning for the Jags. The catcher, DJ.
So far on the year, Martinez hitting 367 and is third on the team with 22 hits. And first pitch is in for a called strike. So Jags looking for their second hit of the game. This one's on the outside for a ball. So Livingston gets the call. And the 1-1 is in the air, and it'll be right to Gutierrez coming up from right to make the catch for the first out. And with that, McKenna Sealing
Now batting
will come up.
the designated player, McKenna Sealing.
And she's hitting at 316 on the year with a couple doubles. And first pitch is in for a called strike. So the 0-1 is in the air to right, and it will drop in for a base hit. Sealing all the way to second, and she will be in. So we'll just have to check the official score to see what that goes in as. But it'll be a runner on second for Skipper.
Now batting the center fielder, Ashley Skipper.
So checking the official score, it is being put in as a double. Gutierrez with a great attempt, but just not able to get it.
Yeah, a bit of a risky play there. You know, if you get it, you may get the out, but if you don't, that's an extra base 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I am not gonna. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know enough to question that math, so I'll just go with it. Yo, the 1-0 swung on and missed, strike one. So the 1-1 is in the air to center. Going back is Phillips. Makes the catch, and Sealy will hold up. So that's where we'll be. 2 outs for Vergara.
Now batting the right fielder, Ari Vergara.
And she comes into the game hitting at 192 with a double. So the first pitch on the outside and taken for a called strike. So I might have heard in the last broadcast of some changes that are happening with some of our team. Well, one team in particular. This one's on the outside for a ball. Nope. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that one. All right, so it's gonna be 0-2 for Vergara. So let's just say that San Jose and San Mateo will be seeing each other a little bit more often. This one is in the dirt. So as of 2 weeks ago, or more like a week and a half to our football team got the call up. So we're headed up to the National Division, aka the big leagues in the 3C2A. This one swung on a missed strike 3. And we will finish that point here on the other side as the inning ends for the Jags here in the second. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on. And it's 2-0 Bulldogs. Third inning here in San Jose. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 with Love Cabanas starting things off.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Bulldogs, number 15, Love
And
Cabanas.
she walked back in the first. So to finish this earlier I mean, our football team is headed up to the Bay 6 Conference. First time in about 30 years. That was bowled in home. So, 1986, our football team actually did win a national championship and have not been in the big leagues since a short time after. So, this is an exciting time for all of us. This one is lined into center for a base hit. So, Cabanas gets on the board. And with that, CC Kim will come up.
Now batting number 23, CC Kim.
And she singled her last time up.
Yeah, another good start for the Bulldogs. Get one on right away.
And first pitch on the outside for a ball. I mean, hey, Coach Borg led this team to a state championship just 3 years ago, and they're in the state tournament every year. Oh. And so it's popped up. They have the facilities, they have the team, they have the support. Obviously, obviously the coaching is great.
Yep. Yeah, I've been up to San Mateo a few times. It's quite the campus, especially for a junior college. When you walk on that campus, you think you're at a 4-year university. I'll tell you that.
That is not sugarcoating it at all. I mean San Mateo, Bakersfield, and Mount Sac. Like you think you're on a D2 campus. So 1-2 on the ground to short. Danovich, Vi to my eye, not able to get that one. So they'll just have to settle for the 1 out, and that's where we'll be for Hannah Ames.
Now batting number 44, Hannah Ames.
So back in the first, she flew out to end the inning. And she's someone that you do not want to put the ball in the air. And this one's aligned.
Yeah, that one was just foul.
CC Kim had a solid chance to score. Pretty sure it's been mentioned that that Hannah specifically does have a lot of power. 6 home runs among, if not the state leader. Kim on the way to second, throw, not able to get her. So that will go in as a steal for CC Kim, and that will be her 7th of the season and number 78 as a team.
Wow.
So for reference, Jags have 26 steals, and San Mateo has 78. And swung on a missed strike 2. Coach Borg is generally aggressive, probably averaging over 100 every year. And this one's fouled off.
Good pitch.
So the 1-2 from Chavarria is in the air and foul. And it goes, and it nearly hits one of our custodians driving a cart right now. There is a warning in the stadium. You may be hit by stray balls. So 1-2. It's on the outside for a ball.
Strikeout would be huge here for Chavarria. Don't really want to let this one get in play, especially with Kim's speed on second.
So the 2-2 is in the air to left. Zuno coming up. She'll make the catch. Kim will not try to get over to third. And it'll be 2 outs for Mendoza. And she singled her last time up.
Now batting, number 9, Ava Mendoza.
So Kim, the runner on second with 2 outs. And first pitch is up high for a ball. So the 1-0 on the way. And it's on the ground. Stojanovic, throw to first in time for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Bulldogs here in the third. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on. 2-0. Jags coming up. Bottom of the third here in San Jose, and it will be the 9-1-2.
Off the bowling for the Jags, the left fielder, Linda Zuno.
And so far this year, she's sitting at 333 with 3 doubles. And first pitch is taken for a called strike. So the 0-1. Swung on and missed strike 2. So nobody on, nobody out. The 0-2. Outside for a ball. So the 1-2 from Livingston is fouled off.
Way to stay alive.
These are the number 2 and number 3 teams in the Coast Conference. And CSM was actually the number 2 team for a while before that loss to West Valley. And this one's on the outside for ball 2. So the 2-2 is down for a ball. So 3-2 is flipped up and is right to Gonzalez at second for the first out.
Now batting.
And with that, we're
the
back to the top of the order
Caitlin
with
Sredanovich.
Sredanovich. And she's 1 for 1 with a double. And was tagged out trying to dive back to second. And the first pitch is in for a called strike. So just a look at the current NorCal rankings. Coast Conference is well represented with 3 of the top 4 teams in the most recent poll. This one's on the ground, and it will get through for a base hit. So Sredanovich is able to go 2 for 2.
Now batting the second baseman, Jaden.
So that'll bring 5 back up, and she flied out her last time up. So in the current poll, West Valley is number 1, San Mateo number 2, Delta 3, San Jose 4. So Coast Conference well represented again, and the catcher Cabanas not able to get it clean. So Sredanovich will take a nice stroll over to second. So we'll just have to see what the official score puts that as. And this one is taken for a ball.
Jags would love to get at least one here. They've had a runner on second in both of the first 2 innings and haven't been able to score any.
So 2-0. On the outside, strike 1.
Now you're ready, Jake.
And she hit her first home run about a month ago. And she's gotten another one since. And there's a gap in left center. This one's on the inside for a ball. And she'll no doubt be looking to hit that 2008 Conference Championship banner over in left center. So 3-1. Up high, strike 2. Man, that's rough.
Yeah, I'd argue that was well above her waist, but you know, we're not the ump. We're not back there.
So Sredanovich on second with 1 out. 3-2. On the outside, strike 3 called. That's the 3rd one for Livingston today. It'll be 2 outs for Chavarria.
Now batting the pitcher, Angie Chavarria.
Oh, I stand corrected. That is the 4th strikeout for Livingston here in this game. So the first pitch on the outside, ball 1. See, with the lead that Sredanovich is taking, and with the speed that Cabanas is getting the ball back, if she just went, I feel like she would make it. Either 1-0. On the outside, ball 2. And she has speed. She can get there. So 2-0. On the outside and take it for a strike. So 2-1. On the ground to short, and it'll get through for a base hit. Sredanovich will come around to score, and the Jags are on the board. So an RBI single for Chavarria.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ma'ai Ulu.
So that'll bring my eye back up. And she struck out to end the first.
And there was the speed you were talking about, Steve. Sredonovic was easily in on that single.
So the first pitch is on the ground to short. Throw to second for the third out to end the inning. But the Jags get one back. A run on 2 hits and nobody left on. It's 2-1. Headed to the fourth. Fourth inning here at LadyJag Field. It'll be the 8-9-1 for San Mateo with Warren, Gonzalez, and Gutierrez.
Bulldogs, number 8, Tasia Warren.
So it'll be Tasia Warren who starts things off, and she hit a sacrifice bunt back in the first. Sorry, in the second. The first pitch is flipped into center for a base hit. So Warren gets things going once again. And that'll bring Kathleen Gonzalez up.
Now batting, number 14, Kathleen
And
Gonzalez.
she singled her first time up. And later came around to, she had an RBI single her first time up in the second. Which
would be watching the bunt here if I was the Jags, and there it's.
Got to be able to make a play. They could not have called it better. All right, so back to the top of the order.
Now batting
for Gutierrez.
Jessica Gutierrez.
And she was 1 for 2 and singled her last time up in the second.
Yep.
And lays down a butt. Throw to first will be in time, but the sacrifice play will advance both runners over. It'll be second and third for Kinder.
Now batting, number 2, Emma Kinder.
And she comes up 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first, and reached on a fielder's choice in the second. And first pitch on the ground, right back to Chavarria. Throw home, and the tag is made for the second out. So great heads-up play from Chavarria. And Coach Rooney will come out and talk and have a talk with DJ. So the ball was hit right back to Chavarria. Went off. It went off her arm, but he had the awareness to flip it home. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure everybody's all right. They're just giving people an extra minute.
Yeah, it looked like Martinez may have been hit on that slide, getting the tag down. Looked like the runner slid right into her. She's gonna walk it off.
So while Martinez gets checked on, we will go to a quick break. All right, so Martinez is good to go. Oh, here to taking a shot to her catching to her left wrist.
Now batting, number 28, Nohemi Livingston.
But that'll bring Noemi Livingston back up. 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs. And first pitch on the outside, strike one. So there's a reset the field here. Gonzalez is the runner on third and Kinder on second. And this one's in the dirt.
Great job by DJ to pop that ball off, not let it get past her.
So the 1-1 is fouled off. So the 1-2. It's on the ground and foul. So Livingston will get another chance at this. So the 1-2. Once again. Swung on and missed, strike three. Throw to first in time, and the inning is over. So that'll do it for the Bulldogs here in the fourth. No runs on 2 hits and 2 left on. And it's a 2-1 game with the Jacks coming up. Bottom of the fourth here at LadyJag Field, but all you have this quick moment Next time we'll be with you will be next Tuesday for another Coast Conference game against Chabot. Game time is game set to start at 3 with the broadcast to get started just before that here on the San Jose City Softball Channel. So bottom of the fourth, 5, 6, and 7 with Martinez, Sealing, and Skipper. And the first pitch to Martinez is on the ground to second. Flip over to first for the first out. And that'll bring Sealing back up.
The designated player, McKenna Sealing.
And she's 1 for 1 with a double, which happened in the second. And first pitch is taken for a ball. So 1 out is in for a called strike. So 1-1 is on the outside, strike 2. And this one's up high, ball 2. And this one is fouled off. And this one's up high, ball 3. So nobody on with 1 out. The 3-2 to Sealing is fouled off. And it goes right into Arnold's old office. 2018, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, then, well, nobody can get into that building anymore. So it's this is a reference among the old heads now. This was fouled off again. So Sealing really making one of the top pitchers in the state work. So the 3-2 is in the air to the left and is right to Taser Warren for the second out.
Now batting, the center fielder.
So that'll bring Ashley Skipper up.
Skipper.
And she flied out her last time up in the second. And first pitch on the outside for a ball. So 1 out. On the outside and taken for a strike. So the 1-1 from Livingston on the outside, just missed for a ball.
Feel like we've seen that pitch go both ways today.
Yeah, I mean, this might be a little bit of a judgment call at times. Gonna give him the benefit. This one's fouled off.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
I mean, hey, as long as it's consistent between both teams.
Right.
All right, so nobody on with 2 outs in the inning. Livingston gets the call. The 2-2. On the outside for a ball. It's a great way to lay off that. It's flipped into right, and it will be Gutierrez coming up to make the catch for the 3rd out. That'll end it for the Jags here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. And it's a 2-1 game. On to the 5th.
And we're back for the top of Cabanas. The 5 and 6 for the Bulldogs. 2-1 score. 8 hits for the Bulldogs, 4 for the Jags. Here's the first pitch, and that'll be up high for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That is hit to Alecki at 3rd. She bobbles it. Stradanovich picks it up and tries to get it to first time, but it's late. Looks like we may have a pinch runner for the Bulldogs. Number 30, Vanessa Mitri comes in to pinch run. And joining me here, because Steve unfortunately had to leave, I have Davis, my co-host.
Looks like he just waved at you and pointed. I don't know what that means. But can you hear me?
Live.
Can you hear me?
Yes, they can all hear you.
Welcome. Back, Davis here. Super excited to be back in the chair. Had to take a
Oh, there's the bunt. That'll be fouled
had to
off.
take the back row seat when Steve was here. But hopefully we can get rolling and act like nothing happened.
Right, yep. We're back. I'm glad to have you here, Davis. You know, it's always fun broadcasting with you. This is a huge game, though, and let's keep it focused on softball. There's another show bunt, and she pulled back.
I thought it hit bat there. Dang, that was impressive.
I don't think it hit bat.
It didn't.
She faked us out and the catcher.
Yeah.
And we'll have a 1-1 count. Wouldn't be surprised if she goes for the bunt again.
Yeah. Infield's a little backed off here.
She will be swinging. That's to Stradanovich, who will go to 3rd, and Got her.
Got her.
High IQ play by the shortstop.
You know, can I also give credit to our third baseman right there? That was a good tag. Great tag to kind of avoid the swim move there and make sure that she got her out.
Number 44.
Great play by the shortstop and the third baseman. Way to get the lead runner off as well. You know, so now they only got to play out first, runner on first instead of the corners. Just
Yeah.
good overall play by the Jags,
For
I'd
sure.
say.
That'll be fouled off.
You know, we haven't been as lucky as to get such a great game here in a while. You know, the Jags have kind of ran away with a couple of their past few games, so it's nice to see a little back and forth battle.
Yeah, for sure. I think their last close one here was against Monterey the first time where they won 3-1.
But
I think the second game was also close
yeah.
against Monterey. But, you know, Bulldogs are a bit different.
Yeah. I believe, didn't Steve say number two in the state?
Number 3 in NorCal.
Okay,
I'm
no
not
mistake.
mistaken.
My fault on that.
Here's the 1-1. That'll be outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-1. It'll be hit right back to Angie. Jaden fumbles it at second, and Ames will reach first.
Dang, that one shot right back up at the ankle there.
Up Mendoza.
Shot right back at the ankle. Hopefully she's okay.
Now batting number 9, Ava
yeah.
Mendoza.
Looks like coach is gonna come out here and check on our pitcher. Yeah, that's a tough one. That she looks like she's able to walk it off, you know, but it definitely could tell it's bothering her a little bit.
Yeah, it's also just nice to give the defense a little bit of time to talk about it. That is Angie's second time getting hit today. The first one, she was able to get it to home for an out.
Yeah.
This one hit her and went straight to second.
Yeah, and Jaden was kind of playing it a little bit like it was going to shoot up to the second base and took that ricochet, and she couldn't quite grab the ball and get it in her glove to flip it to first to get the out. So definitely one of those plays that you see, and it's just like, dang, you know, nothing else you can say. Just a bummer that it happened that way.
Yeah, for sure. So Mendoza comes up.
Flex is running for the DP.
Okay.
I think he just has to. Well, the flex for College of San Mateo is now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's on base for the designated player, who is Hannah Ames. First pitch is high. Got away from the catcher. Both runners advance, so it'll be runners on second and third, and only one out. Jags were in the same position last inning, and were able to get out of it, not letting Mateo or the Bulldogs score any runs.
Yeah, they did a great job, kind of with their backs against the wall.
And that one's popped up.
Gotta be able to catch this
Bye,
one.
we'll call it.
Watch home. Good job.
Runners stay.
Now batting number 8, Tasia Warren.
We just got to make sure we keep an eye on the runner on third here. That's kind of the dangerous player here. You know, anything wrong happens, third's going home. So, you know, they're running up right off contact as well. As soon as they hear contact, both those runners are taken home. So, decisions have to be quick here.
Yeah, with 2 outs, I think the infield will be going to first no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think DJ does a good job, the catcher, of keeping that ball in front of her most of the time.
Definitely would agree.
2 balls to start the at-bat, though. Don't think the Jags would like to walk her, but also don't think they would mind it.
I don't think it could hurt right now.
No.
Depending on what kind of batter's coming up next, you know.
Yep.
They might keep the same. They might throw in a flex. They might.
That one's up high again. Ball 3.
As a player, what do you think you're telling your pitcher with 3 balls, 3-0 count here?
Just get it in the zone. You know,
Just that you have faith in.
most batters aren't going to swing here, so as long as you get one in the zone, and that one is slightly high. Ball 4.
I kind of don't necessarily know if I agree with that one, but you know you can't always agree with every call. So
Now batting number 14, Keith Lean.
But geez, here we go.
Gonzalez.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-1 game here for the Bulldogs. Jags hoping to get out of the 5th inning here unscathed.
Here's Gonzalez. First pitch is in for strike 1.
Good pitch. You know, I think that one's especially a good pitch too because she just threw 4 balls in a row and seeing that strike in the strike zone kind of reset her a little bit, get her focused.
Yeah, could give her some momentum for sure. Here's the 0-1. That'll be up high. Ball 1. Here's the 1-1. That'll be fouled back for strike 2.
Here we go. She's ahead in the count and see if she can punch it out and get him out of the 5th.
Bases loaded here. 1-2 count. Angie's got the batter right where you think she wants her.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd expect a low pitch here. Try to get her swinging. That'll be outside.
Yeah.
Ball 2.
2-2 count. She's still ahead in this, and gotta get one more here. I definitely like the idea of going low, maybe chase. You know, best case scenario, maybe get a ground ball and can just make a nice little play out of it. But you know.
Here's the 2-2. That'll be up high. Ball 3. So full count now. Bases loaded. This is a huge pitch for both teams. Jags would love to get out of here.
I think either way this goes, it's a huge turning point for both teams. You know, big momentum shift.
Here's the 3-2. And that'll be low.
That's okay. You know. We'll
Now batting number 26, Jessica Gutierrez.
Now here we go.
So the top of the order comes back up for the Bulldogs.
I think she just needs to take a deep breath. You know what I mean? Everybody trusts her. Everybody knows
And
she'll
that
make the
one's
right play.
right back at her.
There we go.
Quick runner. Great play by Ma'ai at first. And that will end the inning. So the Bulldogs get 1. Jags come back up looking to get 2. And we're back here. Kiara Donahoe is pinch hitting for Ari Vergara to start the inning. Here's the first pitch, and that'll be on the outside, strike number 1.
See if we can get it going here. Let's see if the Jazz can get it rolling. Get a couple runners on the bags and
Yeah,
get
would
some
love
momentum.
to start with a runner on. And they're
Oh.
just back at the pitcher for out number 1, bringing up Linda Zuna.
You know, the tough thing with kind of how the Jags batting has been
Now
going,
batting, the left fielder,
they've had a lot of
Linda
those just short
Zuno.
choppers, you know, back to the infield, just kind of like easy plays, easy throws to first, second, you know. They haven't really had a, you know, other than Caitlin's left field hit, you know, they haven't had a nice hit to bring some momentum to give these girls back in this game. You know, San Mateo's pretty loud. I don't know if you can hear him in the dugout. The Jags just, you know, haven't had something to give them that go.
Yeah, if there's any time to do it, it's right now. We're in the last 3 innings now. So 1-1 count here with 1 out. Zuno is up. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that'll be swung on for strike number 2.
Big pitch here. Definitely not worried about the Jags though. You know, we've seen them play a bunch of times now, and
And that'll be swung on. Strike 3. Bringing up Caitlin Sredonovic.
Now batting, the shortstop, Caitlin Sredonovic.
So Caitlin comes up. She's 2 for 2 on the day with a double and a single and 1 run scored.
I definitely say if I'm relying on her to give us something. She's been really good.
First pitch.
She's been really good today, and I think
Strike
she could be
1.
the person to get the Jags going.
Yep. So here's the 0-1. That'll be down low for ball 1.
You know, on another note, real quickly, this weather. Can I tell you?
There's the 1-1. They'll be in for strike 2. Yeah, beautiful weather today.
Yeah.
Sun is back out. You love to see it after a lot of rainy days.
You know, and the good thing with the sun is it brings more of a crowd here. And, you know, we got a good little crowd here at LadyJag Field.
Oh, yeah. Say anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 here today.
You think? I think we could be pushing 20, but it's okay.
We'll get a head count at the end.
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
So,
do we have a drone to give an aerial view? Can we get our aerial view going?
here's the 2-2. That'll be fouled off.
This San Mateo pitcher has done a really nice job so far in this game. I will have to add.
Yeah, she's pitched a great game so far. She's allowed 4 hits.
Only 1 run.
Only 1 run. Yep. Here's the 2-2. That'll be hit, foul, out of play.
You know, you could tell me if I'm wrong here, but I think she's teasing a little home run potentially. You think? You getting that vibe?
I'd like it. You know,
Yeah.
that would be the spark that could get them going for sure.
Well, kind of like you said, they need it now or not. You know, nothing, right? Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. We need something.
Here's the pitch. And that is hit high. First baseman's going after it, and she will catch it for the third out. And that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits. Top of the sixth inning next.
God, if you don't mind, I got to give a quick shout out to the music guy. He's been doing an incredible job this game.
Very funny, very funny. Davis is the music guy, so
Quick shout out.
shout out Davis, I guess.
All right, here we go. Top of the sixth.
Chavarria stays in for the Jags. She'll face Kinder. I think this is her third time at the plate. That'll be in for strike number one.
Great pitch. Great pitch. This ump's kind of been liking that inside. He's been liking the inside here.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to get a read on him yet and what his zone looks like, you know. And that's not putting him down.
No,
I just haven't really seen a pattern yet.
Consistency. Is kind of what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that.
I'd like to hop on that train as well.
Close. Here's the 1-1 to Kinder. That'll be just low. Ball two. Good pitch by Angie there.
Waiting for that ref to go a little finger to the side, show us the strike, but couldn't get it.
Here's the 2-1. That's hit, and that'll get past the third baseman. And she'll be in with a double.
Dang. They've had a couple of those hard hit shots towards the left foul line here, third base. Doing okay. Runner on second
Now
here.
batting, number 28, Nohemi Livingston.
See how Nohemi does up at the plate here. See if Angie could get us an out. Keep that runner on second as well.
Here's the first pitch. It'll be hit foul down the first baseline, out of play. That's good.
Yep.
Get ahead in the count.
Get ahead early.
Could use a couple pop outs or strikeouts.
A pop out, I feel like, would be really nice right now. Just
This
hold that
is
runner.
a battle of the pitchers here. And that one is hit into the gap. Kinder will go home, and she'll be there, giving the Bulldogs a 4-1 lead.
Okay. Looks like the third base coach is coming here to talk to the ump here. Curious about the. Looks like we have a
will
pinch runner.
Yeah, Malia Castro comes in to pinch run for Nohemi Livingston. And
Looks
Coach
like a
will
pitching
call
change as
time. Yeah. Priya Quinones comes in for Angie Chavarria. So the Bulldogs get one and will have one out first and still no outs.
See how Priya does, joining us here in the bottom of the 6th. Or my fault, the top of the 6th. I apologize, top of the 6th. Little pitching change, and hopefully we can get a little momentum, couple stops here. 3 runs, or 3 outs, I mean. I apologize. Mixing up the verbiage there. You know, still learning. You know, 5 years in.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 15, Love Cabanos.
Here we go here, and we got a little coaches meeting, or meeting with the umpire here.
Yeah, 2 changes so far. That's still great. We had Malia Castro pinch run, and we also had the pitching change where Quinones came in for Chavarria, which Chavarria moved to third, and Alecki came off. So here we go. This will be the first batter Quinones faces. A speedy runner on first. Here's the pitch, and that'll be just low and outside for ball 1.
You know, I think something the Jags have to be worried about here is the bunt. San Mateo's done a great job at bunting and have got those bunts down and have been able to advance the runners to second and third. Especially with speed on first.
For sure. I think if you may not worry about it so much with Love, but with the next hitter, CC, I think she's bunted twice in this game. That one is fouled off. Strike 2.
Almost caught by DJ, just a little bit out of the reach of the outstretched arms. Priya ahead in the count, hoping to get the first out. Here comes the pitch, a little high. So here we go. 2-2 count here. Runners on first. Back with Priya. Let's see what Priya does.
Here's the pitch, and that is hit to Vi at second, and she'll go to first for the first out.
Fielder's decision to go to first.
Yeah.
Definitely think it would have been hard to turn that to second, try to get a double. So definitely agree that was a smart play out of that.
Now batting, number 23, CC Kim.
You know, but as a hopeful fan for the Jags, you know, you definitely would have wished that could have been a double play, but definitely a smart play.
Smart decision by Vi, if I do say so myself. Again, got to watch the bunt here. Wouldn't be surprised if she does. And she'll take the first pitch. That'll be ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And that'll be hit to the shortstop. Sredonovich catches it for out number 2, bringing up Hannah Ames. No, not Hannah Ames. There's 21. Oh, Katie Johnson.
Now batting number 21, Katie Johnson.
So Katie Johnson comes up with a runner on second and 2 outs.
You know, Priya's done a great job as she's joined this inning, only allowing the runner, to advance to second, gotten us 2 outs here. So
Yep.
hopefully she can get the punch out third and be nice.
Here's the first pitch, and that'll be swung on and missed for strike 1.
Good start here.
Little thing to note, looking at the lineup for the... Oh, that one's hit to center.
Plays at home.
She throws it home, and she'll go
Oh.
2. Throw is not in time. She'll be in at second. That one very questionable by the ump.
Wow.
It looked like from our angle, Sredonovich got the tag in time. I guess
think
not.
a little protest would be a little bit necessary here, because from our angle and from, I believe, the home plate umpire, that was an out.
Yes. The Jags coach will go up and talk to the ump, trying to figure out how that wasn't an out.
Definitely upsetting. But great throw by the catcher to get that to second. DJ
Now
with an
batting
amazing throw.
number 9, Ava Mendoza.
Definitely, I would go as far as saying DJ is probably the best catcher I've seen play.
So it looks like we will have another pinch runner for the Bulldogs. They stay aggressive, putting Allie Phillips, the flex player, at second.
It's okay. Ale, IPA, all the same thing here, huh? Oh, for those of you fans that are older the age of 21, you understand my drift. Seeing here, talk with the San Jose coach. So we'll get some tunes coming up here.
Should
I cut it? Cut it? That's crazy.
So no music allowed right now.
Just a long silence there. Music guy got a little impatient. Perfect.
So I was correct. The flex comes in pinch run for the designated player, Katie Johnson. And Ava Mendoza comes with a runner. Runners on second and third and 2 outs. Jags looking to get out of this inning. First pitch is a strike. That one is popped up to Skipper. She'll get under it for out number 3. The Jags get out of there, allowing 1 run. They're now down 4-1 going into the bottom of the 6th, looking to get the bats going. They have 4 hits in the game, but only 1 run. Looking to change that up next. So we are back for the bottom of the 6th. The second baseman, Jaden Vi, will start off the inning, looking to get the bats going for the Jags. Nohemi Livingston stays in for the Bulldogs, looking to pitch her 6th inning of the game. Here's the first pitch, and that'll be looked at for ball 1. You'll notice a lot of the Jags players will take that first pitch.
Good point. They're just seeing what the pitcher's going to bring at the
Yep,
end of this
that one's popped up to the second baseman. Will make the catch for out number 1, bringing up Chaparria.
You know, the Jags again have had
number
a handful of
16,
bloopers.
Angie Chaparria.
There's a lot of those bloopers, you know, kind of to the infield area. Again, you know, I kind of said that earlier, but just hoping to get past the infield here.
Here's the first pitch. That'll be looked at for strike 1.
From my angle, that looked a little outside there, but
Maybe
also,
even a little low.
Yeah, but I'm not the umpire. I don't get paid the big bucks for that. I get paid the big bucks to talk, you know?
Here's the 0-1. That'll be looked at just outside.
Looks like she tried to go with the same spot on the outside there, seeing if the ref would call it again. You know, I kind of go... Oh, sorry, my fault. Used to basketball. I apologize. But something that you brought up earlier was the inconsistency a little bit with the strike zone, and it kind of came to play right there.
And there again. That is a very similar pitch to the pitch you just called a ball. Makes it a little confusing for the batters, knowing where that zone is. So here's the 1-2. That'll be down low. Ball 2.
Another battle of the pitchers here. It's kind of fun to watch it, you know. 2 really good pitchers. And
here's the pitch. That'll be fouled off.
Gotta go for the battle. Good job. I know. You got it. You can't let me go. Take it down the line, man.
Here's the 2-2. That'll be fouled off again.
Good battle here. Good battle.
Yep.
Staying alive. You know, kind of the good thing about this as well is she's wearing down the CSM pitcher.
Yeah, there have been a few at-bats that have gone 7-8 pitches. That one's fouled off again. You know, that does, even if you don't get on, that's big for your team, just getting that pitcher, those pitches up, you know?
Definitely would have to agree with you. You know, and kind of even seeing the ball come off the bat could be a little bit of help for the batters as well.
Yep. That one is fouled towards the dugout.
A little late on that one. Didn't seem like she liked it at first.
A little early.
Early, my fault. Yeah, my fault.
She's been a little late on the last 2.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. It's outside. Ball 3. Good eye. Tough one to lay off, especially with what the ump's been calling strikes.
But very impressive to get this count to a 3-2 count.
Mm-hmm. So here's the 3-2 pitch, and that'll be fouled off. She's battling right now.
This has to be about 10 pitch at bat.
9 or 10, yeah.
Gosh. It's climbing up there. That's
maybe 8. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch.
Wow.
It's a little inside, fouled off.
You know, I'm quite surprised this pitcher has gone this long and has done so well. There's just kind of a lot of factors that you think would go against her. You know, the black jerseys, black long sleeve, the sun's beaten, but pitched a good game so far. Oh.
Another one fouled off down the third baseline.
You know, every time she hits the ball, you kind of always think it's going fair. It's going to be, you know, so it's surprised when it's a foul ball.
Yeah, she is. I think Steve mentioned she's hitting over 500 this year.
Very impressive.
Here's the 3-2. That one is fouled off, out of play. And this is quite the at-bat here between the pitchers. Angie kind of saying, you know, if I'm only going 5 innings, so are you.
Oh, yeah. This pitcher here in the 6th inning. What an at-bat.
Angie will be walked. Getting on. Bringing up my eye, Ulu. Only pitched 6 innings. So it looks like we'll have a pinch runner. Who's number 12? Number 12. I don't have a roster. So Ulu comes up with a runner on first and 1 out. There is a pinch runner for the Jags. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside, ball 1. So Isabella Garcia comes in the pinch run for Chavarria. That one is hit high into left. Will be caught for the 2nd out, bringing up Justine Valdivia.
You know, it kind of looks like to me, just kind of trying to see what will work here batting-wise for the Jags. You know, we have Justine here batting. Seeing if we can get something active on our bats.
So Justine will come and pinch hit for the catcher, Martinez. Here's the first pitch. That'll be hit right back to the pitcher, and she'll get the out at first, ending the inning. The Jags get 1 hit and no runs in the inning. which will lead us to the top of the 7th inning.
Is this on their playlist?
Leading off the top of the 7th inning for the Bulldogs, number 8, Tasia Warren.
Welcome back here to the top of the biggest inning of the day here. See if the Jags can allow no more runs and potentially get the bats hot in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, big inning for both teams, but especially for the Jags. The Bulldogs got to feel pretty comfortable right now with that 3-run lead. First pitch is popped up, caught by the second baseman. Easy first out to start off the inning. You'd love to see it.
Now batting, number 14, Keithleen Gonzalez.
That'll bring up Keithleen Gonzalez. Here's the first pitch. It'll be up high, ball 1.
You know, I would say she's kind of has a little advantage here with being being so short that the strike zone's a little bit more compact and that pitch has to get lower, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like it kind of makes it a tougher pitch for Priya.
Here's the second pitch. That'll be in for strike 1.
Good pitch, good use of the inside of the zone there.
Here's the 1-1 to Gonzalez. She'll check swing and foul that off.
Good Frank.
1-2 count now. Here's the 1-2. It'll be a little high. Ball 2. And that's what Davis was talking about with the shorter player. You know, that strike zone gets a little lower and shrinks a little bit. Here's the 2-2. That'll be fouled off. Here's the 2-2. That'll be hit down the third base line. Out of play. Good contact. So Gonzalez staying alive in this at bat. Here's the 2-2. That'll be hit high in the air. Sredanovich goes back and makes the catch for out number 2. Another good play by the shortstop.
So far,
the top of the order.
a successful inning here for the Jags. Currently 2 quick pop-ups
Now
that
batting,
the Jags have
number
been easily been
26,
able to catch
Jessica
for 2
Gutierrez.
outs. Hopefully we can get a little 1-2-3 action, quick 3 and out. Huh?
Here's Gutierrez, and that'll be outside, ball 1. The 1-0 is in for strike 1.
You know, something that I'm not well versed in, obviously, that I'm still learning is softball, but I'd like to talk to the girls and figure out why the run-up approach is a good hitting technique. You know, what's the point of running before this hit right here?
Yeah, I can't answer that one. I'm also very interested in that. I guess I might have, I don't want to overstep, but if you're fast,
Yeah.
you already start running kind of on contact. So for grounders, it's quite optimal.
Yeah.
But there's probably another reason behind.
But I definitely like that idea. That's definitely a possibility, I'd have to think.
Here's the 1-2. It'll be in the dirt, making the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. That'll be hit to the shortstop.
Wow.
And you see, I mean,
Yeah.
took her barely any time to get to first there. Straightanovich couldn't even get a throw off.
Good field, though. Way to keep it, at least in the infield, to not allow maybe a potential double there. So way to stop it at short and
Now batting,
force her to
number
stay on
2,
first. But
Emma Kinder.
this is definitely a runner that you'd have to be worried about when on base. And I feel that's going to be something tricky that the Jags are going to have to handle, but no doubt that they can.
And she will go.
Oh, my
Caitlin
goodness.
is there. Got her. Great throw by Martinez.
Throw.
Way to be alert by the shortstop.
Holy
And great
cow.
tag. And that'll end the inning. Bulldogs get none. Leave one on. Or don't leave one on.
That's going to be something beautiful to watch. You know, apologize there, folks. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the camera, but got
Just
it
glad
fixed.
we're back. You know? So, last chance for the Jags here. Down 3. And Sealing does not get there in time. She hit that in between the first and second baseman. The second baseman was able to get there and make a play.
Yeah.
Bringing up Ashley Skipper.
Definitely say that was a good hit,
Now
just a little
batting,
too soft.
the center
But
fielder,
great idea.
Ashley Skipper.
Hopefully Skipper here can get the Jags going with 1 out. Big opportunity here for her, and definitely necessary for the Jags to get something going.
Yeah, it looked like Sealing might have gotten there. Looked like it might have gotten through the gap. But
I was thinking it was just hit a little bit too soft, you know.
Yep.
Nothing you can do about that.
So first pitch was a strike. Got an 0-1 count here and 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that'll be swung on for strike 2.
You good.
Third pitch is outside and low for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. It'll be low, ball 2. And Livingston stays in for the last inning. trying to get through all 7. Giving up only 1 run so far. Here's the pitch, and that is fouled off. Did a good job of making contact with that one.
Yeah, no, she's done a tremendous job here. Big little wind gust picked up here.
And that one is hit well, but straight to the second baseman for out number 2, bringing up Kiara Donahoe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have 2 outs.
Now batting, number 10, Kiara Donahoe.
Up to bat here. Again, we've kind of said this a bunch of times over the broadcast, but really need the Jags to do something here. Really need the start of something to happen.
There's the pitch. That is hit to right field, and she will make the catch, which will end the game. So the Bulldogs score 4, which is enough, and get a 4-1 victory over the Jags. 11 hits for the Bulldogs, only 4 for the Jags. And that will do it for the Jaguars versus Bulldogs. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.